Mamzer Messiah. What does that mean? Why does that matter to us? We're going to find out in our first 2-minute teaching segment. 2-minute teaching is a new segment that we're doing where we take a passage of the Bible and do roughly a 2-minute teaching on that. Today's 2-minute teaching is going to be on Matthew 1, verses 1 through 25. So typically in New Testaments, as they've been compiled, Matthew is the first gospel. And there's a lot of ideas of why. But one of the ideas is that it ties Jesus to being the Messiah so well. Because it starts with a genealogy. And a genealogy is a way to say this person deserves to be Messiah. And so Matthew starts with this. But as quickly as we dig in, we start to see problems with his genealogy. In Matthew's genealogy, it includes women. Now, in today's world, we wouldn't see that as a problem, right? We'd see it as sexist to say, oh, how come women can't be in there? But in his time, it was. And then included some women where you'd be like, Matthew, are you sure you should be including them? Because it includes Tamar. Tamar tricked her father-in-law to sleeping with her because her father-in-law didn't do what he was supposed to do. And then you have Rahab, who was a prostitute. Doesn't seem like you'd want that in the lineage of the one who has come to save the world. You have one who is not Jewish. That doesn't make sense for the Jewish Savior. Why would you include that? So as we get to the end of it, we can be going, Matthew, what are you doing? But then Matthew takes a step farther. If we look at the conception of Jesus and kind of like the birth story, we see that Jesus is conceived by an unwed mother, and he has no earthly father. And again, we'd be saying, Matthew, how can the Savior, how can the Jewish Savior not have a father? How come he's born to an unwed mother? Matthew, what are you doing? But if we understand who Matthew was, he was a tax collector. And now tax collectors were seen as traitors to the Jewish people because they bought their assignment from Rome and then overcharged on the taxes so that they could make money, right? They were social outcasts. They were outcasts from the society. And so what Matthew is doing is showing that Jesus was an outsider. See, a Mamzer means bastard. Or, right, in kind of that term of someone who is left out, who's an outsider. See, and Matthew felt like a Mamzer in his own society. He felt like the outsider. And so right away, he's painting this, that Jesus has come for the outsider, that the Mamzer Messiah has come to redeem, to rescue those on the outside and bring them into the family. And that's good news for those of us who feel on the outside, who feel like we don't belong, who feel like we don't have a place. There's a Messiah who said, I've come to redeem and save those on the outside and bring them into my family.